Hackathon Motorsports here. I didn't video a opening working on, but this is a chassis you've all seen. It's been in other videos. It's my, I call it the green monster because it's got the green RPM arms and stuff on it. But if you notice, I Frankensteined a longer chassis plate that's longer than this 80 millimeter piece that I bought. Yes, this is not going to be legal for any derby class. This chassis is going to become my one and only two-wheel drive / banger car. And I made it longer so I can build a limo chassis on it and go from there. I mean, this is a banger chassis too, but it's going to be more of a hearse style, like, because it's a shorter wheelbase. So it's still going to have a long back, so it'll crunch in or whatever. But this is going to be, the body's going to be, like, I guarantee you the back of the body is going to sit, like, out here somewhere by the time I'm done with it. Or, well, the back of the trunk is there. So it'll have all the windows, like front of the car is going to be probably here, and then the front end hanging over, which is all still got to be built. But I'm finishing up for the night before I can go kind of wind down from doing this, and I still have to build. I drove through the LCG chassis, which I don't care. I've owned this long enough. It's my chassis. I drove through it and put some bolts in, but I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to build my H-frame. And I'm thinking I was going to try to do like a regular derby cage, and I'm like, no, maybe I should do an H-frame. Or at least a 4-bolt. And I remember I want to bolt through and put the nuts on the bottom so I can unbolt it, take the body off, get to all this. And then I'll have my mount or whatever up here. It'll bolt through the body to the front bumper thingy. But yeah, so yeah, a lot of nuts and bolts and figuring out taking two short pieces and making it all work. But it works. I mean, it does not move, it does not flex right there. I figured I'd get a little bit of flex, but nope. It's pretty stout. But I need to go through and tighten up all the nuts and bolts, and then I am going to double nut the other 6 bolts that are underneath there. So that way, have them nice and tight, and I might come in after and cut this one short so it's not so tall. But yeah, it's all together there, and then it goes through there. In fact, I did drill out 2 extra holes through the chassis, which I didn't put through, because then I started working on a support piece, which I'd have to drill those out into that support. So technically there would be 10 bolts holding that together right there in the middle. I mean, it would not come apart, I guarantee you. The chassis would break before that would, I guarantee you. But I'm thinking maybe it would be smart to get some longer, bigger bolts and go through here like put one here to tie these to the bottom, so it would take out some more of the flex. Like even if I went through here, through that hole, and just put a bolt through with a washer on the bottom, and back here somewhere, just to tie this to that. But yeah, well, like I said, it's getting there. Just slowly on my days off when I'm work, but you can tell, like I said, that's the longer wheelbase. And if I take, because I put front suspension back underneath my pink car, the pink RPM part chassis. That's the difference between a stock LCG / and my Frankenstein setup. So, but it's like I said, it's something different. Like I said, cage. I wanna, like I said, I did it this way, and then I got to thinking, I'm like, no, I want to be able to take the body off, get into the chassis. I need to figure out a mount so I can mount the ESC here, so it's short, the wires are close enough to the radio and all that. I want it mounted in the middle, that way something does combine through and bends. Because I plan on using this 3/4 aluminum angle as frame there, then the H-frame, which I'm gonna get box of this to make the H-frame, so it'll mount up like that, and then a piece across the top, which piece of this on the top side. On the bottom side, the car will have, it'll come across, and it'll have door plates about, I don't know, probably about from where my thumb is to the front cutoff edge, maybe a little smaller piece of door plate on here on one side. Classify what side's going to be the driver's side. You get a long piece, and then on passenger side, it'll just be 2 small pieces like that and that, just so you still get damage on that side. That's why I want to put the mount in the middle. Like put my receiver box, my ESC, even if I build something here that I can mount. But like I said, I still got to remember I got the H cage, so I'm thinking maybe I've seen it on Etsy. Somebody's making 3D printed pieces that'll hook onto the battery tie down, so you match ESC and your receiver right here, so it'll be in and protected. Gonna get my biggest castle set up because this is gonna be a lot of weight pushing around on the track. And I think we're on these tires. I mean, they're decent. They're 1.9s. I got plenty of clearance behind them. It's not super stiff. I mean, front's soft, so I'm gonna have to stiffen that up just a little bit. But other than that, I mean, I can clean her up, and I do have a RPM transmission box and the bumper piece, and then the motor protect piece that you can put on there, so you don't have, if you're not running a back bumper, because we don't run back bumpers. Like, I want damage here. I want it to bend in. So, thinking that. I was thinking maybe buying a rustler bumper and mounting it on the lowest hole on the top hole, and folding it like this so it kind of keeps, like, build a protective cage. So you got the motor protector coming out, protects here. I think I might have one, might pick up another one, see if how long bolts need to be, protect the side of the motor. Then you have that rustler rear bumper that they came out with. Maybe even use the top hole, drill it, and then just slice off what I don't use to kind of protect here, just to give enough. You gotta protect that motor. That's why I'm building still building a 4-wheel drive for Banger, and I'm building a 4-wheel drive for Derby. Converting it to 2-wheel drive. Right? 4-wheel drive is kind of cheating because you get more grip. So if you lost the rear shaft, you still got the front ones and pulling you along. And the videos on TikTok, the videos here on YouTube, I am still in the works of building me a front wheel drive setup. I have the trans, I got the reverse motor. I'm just running a Titan 12T 550 motor that runs in reverse, so you have more forward gears, because you run the normal ones. Forward would be reverse, and reverse would be forward, and you won't have the speed. So, and I'm working on that. I need to figure out rims and tires and building a chassis for that. And to me, it could be Banger, it could be outlaw class Derby somewhere, but it's a little difficult to figure that one out. Like I said, I'm piecing in. It's gonna be a Frankenstein. That's all I gotta say. I'm using a Traxxas Stampede chassis that I'm gonna cut down, bolt through the chassis, and make the frame, and probably just use either aluminum angle or aluminum body material, like double it up, design it out as long as I want it. Like, probably not gonna be this long, but I mean, it might be standard size, that way it classified as still standard width. I'm gonna use a Bandit top plate, flip it, run bolts through it, cut it for steering, so the steering servo will sit where it needs to be. The links, everything will mount up. 4-wheel drive outer hubs, 4-wheel drive shafts. I'm gonna just use stock plastic for right now to get the prototype built, because then that way I can go from there. Do I need to upgrade and run the metal CVDs or what? Shoot me a comment if you think I should automatically just do it, that way not have to tear it back apart once I blow a drive shaft apart. Because I don't know, like I said, the whole setup is gonna be homemade. There's no bought part. Well, they're bought parts, but it's gonna be nothing gonna be 3D printed. It's all, I was trying to find somebody to build me a front half with all the setup, with the battery mount and all that, and then I was gonna do aluminum off the back with the 2-wheel drive front bulkhead as the rear arm mounts, and just build, like, use stock shock tower or whatever and just make it somewhat, give it some bounce. I mean, but yeah, so this is what I worked on tonight. And like I said, it's not legal for any derbies, because like I said, the wheelbase is, as of right now, if I can find my ruler. I can't find my ruler right now, but I measured it once already, and it was 17 inches from wheel nut to wheel nut. So yeah, it's a long chassis. So we'll see how it goes. I'll get it built and get it going, and get some video of it without the body and stuff, and try to get it running and see how she handles. Because like I said, it doesn't have no flex in it. It's stout, like, so it should be pretty good. But it's, like I said, something different. I've never seen anybody do it. If there is videos, I have not found them. So, alright, well, this is the, and like I said, I need to go relax before I can go to bed or whatever. But, yeah, so, that was my work tonight. Like, follow, subscribe, like this video, share it. I'm not doing this to make money. I would just like to, I'm putting my work out there. Something different I don't see. And like I said, everything I'm posting is uncut or unedited. So you get to see my flubs and misleads. Still working on getting the camera and stuff set up. But yeah, like me on Facebook, Hexthorn Motorsports. Also like Hexthorn Motorsports Banger, 1/10 Banger Racing / Demolition Derby. We're a group. Just come join us, and if you see videos here, I post photos and stuff there. But yeah, it's all just fun. I mean, then like I said, I'm on TikTok, Hexthorn Motorsports, with the full size 79 New Yorker this summer again. And like I said, subscribe on YouTube, Hexthorn Motorsports again. So, alright, let's see how this goes. Let's rock and roll.